Hello everyone! I will be showing you how I took some Dollar Tree cards and altered them into a DIY card. This video is not sponsored. I bought the card with my own money. I just had the idea to do some crafting with Dollar Tree cards because they have some great images to begin with, and I just wanted to show you what I did. Dollar Tree has some very nice cards and they are all good to be given to someone as they are. They are printed on thick paper and they are Hallmark cards. They cost 2 for $1 and they come with their own Hallmark envelope. Some cards have sentiments on it and some are blank cards. Like these cards, they have sentiments written on it. This one. And these here are blank cards. So they don't have anything written inside. So they can be all used for any occasion. Like this one, it has embossing. This one has glitter. And this one just has some foil. It also has some glitter there. I will choose 5 of these cards to alter. So I will select this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So follow me along as I show you how I did each one. I will also be using this Recollections paper pad. It's called Pink Parasol. I'll be using this paper to decorate and mat the cards. So I will show you the tutorial for each card. So let's begin. For this card, this is the baby card. It has a sentiment on the inside and then this is the back. What we're going to do first is to cut it along the fold here. I will cut, okay, so I have 2 pieces, one at the top, one at the bottom. This one measures 4.5 and this is just the bottom piece. I'm going to take the bottom piece and I'm going to just glue it directly over the card again. Just make it the same size as your back. Okay, so this piece will go here. I want to trim it so that it measures 4 inches this way. So I'm going to cut along this side and this side until I get 4 inches, and I want to center it. Okay, this is how much I cut from each side. And so I cut about 1/8 of an inch from the side of this shape. So what I'm going to do is to have this be on top here, but I'm going to make it so that it opens this way. So then I need a small hinge. So I'm taking a piece of white cardstock and this measures 4 inches by 1 inch, and then I have scored it in the center. I will be gluing it here to the bottom and then I will glue it to the back. So now take the card and you're going to place it in the center. Leave the same amount on both sides. So I left this so that the sentiment will still be here, and then here I'm going to leave it like this white so that you can write your own sentiment here. So now the next part is just to decorate here at the bottom. Okay, so that's it. That's how I altered this card. I'm leaving the back with the company information on it covered if you would like, but this matches perfectly with the card there. And then this just flips up. You can read the sentiment, you can write your sentiment here. I just like the way it turned out. It's simple and it looks really cute. Okay, so we took this card and now we made it look like this. So now let's take the card, put it in its envelope. Okay, so now let's take a look at another card. This is a flower vase card. It's a very pretty card. And this is a blank card. This card can be used for any occasion. I'm going to use it as a birthday card. The first thing I'm going to do is to cut 1.5 inches from this side. Okay, so I have cut this piece off, and I'm just going to leave it with this. I'm going to use this as a pocket here on the side. The side with no glue, I will put it on this side so I can make my pocket. Just place it a little bit away from the score line. So I'm going to put a closure on this. So I'll be using these flowers, and I'm going to be placing a magnet. So first I'm going to glue these flowers to each other. So now behind it, I'm going to put a magnet. I want the flower to be on this area, so I'm going to put it about here. I'm going to use some tape. Okay, so I cut enough so it can fold and then touch the center of the flower. And so that amount turned out to be 4.5. I'm going to punch out a 1-inch circle. I'm going to put a magnet over this. I'm going to put tape sticky side up. Then I'm going to fold this down. Okay, so this means the magnet will go here. Now we're going to cover this. These papers are from the paper collection that I'm using. So you have to make sure you're on the edge because you'll be covering this. Okay, so now I'm going to put a sentiment here. I just typed this on my computer. This happy birthday sentiment measures 5 by 2.25. The mat measures 5.25 by 2.5. So to know where to put it so that it's covered by the front, I know that I cut 1.5 from the edge. So I'm going to measure with my ruler so that I know I need to be between that. So then I will put it about here. Okay, and since this is a birthday card, let's put a gift card here. So this pocket, you can use it for a gift card. You can use it to put photos, any other thing you would like to put here. I'm going to put a gift card there, and then this will close. I will put a gem here as the center of this flower. We're using these Recollection gems. Just going to put a little bit more glue. Okay, so this is how I'm going to leave it. I left the back the same so that it could still be like the card. So, but it's going to have this closure. And then a pocket here for a gift card, and then the message here. So I really like how it turned out as well. Okay, so we took this card and we made it look like this. Okay, so it's very simple and it looks very nice this way. And I like the effect of this flower in this bouquet. So now let's put it in our envelope. So now let's take a look at another card. This is one of the blank cards. And this card can be used for many occasions. So I'm going to use it as a wedding card. Let's have a sheet of gold cardstock. This is Recollections gold cardstock, the one that has craft on the back. And I scored it at 3 7/8. The size of this gold cardstock is 5 1/4 by 7 3/4. Then I have two mats that are from black glitter paper. These mats measure 3 5/8 by 5. I'm going to put them over the gold foil here. So one on the top and one on the bottom. So now I'm going to take my card, I'm going to cut it in half so that I can put half on the top and half at this bottom. This card measures about 6 7/8, so half of this will be 3 3/8. So I'm going to cut it in two pieces, and I'm also going to cut in the middle of the card. So now I'm going to glue this here and this part here. Okay, so now let's fold it in half. I'm going to glue another piece of gold cardstock here at the top, and this piece measures 5 1/4 by 7 3/4. I will place another black glitter mat here at the top. Now I'm going to place this gold mat. This is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. So don't put it against the score line, leave a little bit of space. Let's work with this ribbon. This ribbon is 1 1/2 by 4 1/2. We're going to put a 1/4 inch of tape on one edge of this. Okay, let's fold this back. Okay, let's fold 1 inch forward. This is a satin ribbon, so it's shiny on this side. So fold it towards the shiny side, and then under the shiny side is where you would fold it back. Glue it here at the bottom. So this is my fold. Okay, now let's place another of the black glitter mats here. So now I'm going to place this mat here. This paper is from the paper collection I'm using, and it's going to be a pocket. So I'm only going to put adhesive here on the bottom and on the side. Okay, here at the top I'm going to place this sentiment. I printed it on white cardstock, and it's just something that I typed in my computer. This measures 7 by 2 1/2. And then I'm just going to fold it in half this way. And then I'm going to place it over a gold cardstock piece. Okay, so I have this here so that you can write your own message here. This will be a pocket. You can put a gift card here, or photos, or any other message you would like. So for this to stay down, so I have this trim. I'm going to glue one heart here so I can tuck under that. I'm going to put glue on half of the little heart. Okay, so now in this part, I'm going to put some black bling here. Okay, so this is from Paper Studio. I'm going to take some of these. Okay, so I've cut this much, and I'm going to glue it directly on top like this. This does have adhesive, but let's still add some glue. So now here in the front, I'm going to place this mat. It says on your waiting day. It's something also that I typed on my computer, and I matted it on the black glitter cardstock. But I'm going to give it a little bit of dimension, so I'm going to glue 2 pieces of chipboard together. So now I'm going to place it here. Okay, and that's going to be our card. And this is going to be like a tent card, so it's going to stand like this. This bling is for it to stop and not move over like this. Okay, so the card looks like this. So I like the way that looks. This is a very pretty card. Let's take a look at the card again. Okay, so with this here, we can open it and you can write your message there, and it tucks under the heart. It's only glued on one side. And then we have the pocket, and we can put a gift card or anything else we would like. So we took this card and we turned it into this card. So now we can place it in our envelope. We will now continue with our next card. This is our next card, and it's a blank card. You can also use this card for multiple occasions. I'm going to use it today as a hello card. To start with, I'm going to use craft cardstock. This craft cardstock measures 9 by 6.5, and I scored it at 2 1/4 and 4 1/2. And then fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. So this is going to be a fold card. You also need another sheet of cardstock, and this measures 5 by 6.5. And then score it at 1/2 inch and add your score tape. So we're going to attach it to this side. Put it against your score line without touching it. Okay, so now we will just mat the front and the back of this card. So for this side, I will be using gold foil and then matting them with the paper from the paper collection. Okay, so this is how we will mat this side. For the other side, I will mat them like this. Okay, so I have matted both sides now. Let's turn it this way. I'm going to put this piece here. This will be a pocket, and this craft piece measures 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. We'll be placing these tags from the paper collection. They will go here, and I just matted them on some craft cardstock. And I also have the sentiment that I will place here. I also matted it on craft cardstock. Okay, so the card will close like this. I'm going to wrap it with ribbon for the closure. So I have this ribbon. This is 1 yard. I'm going to place it in the back. So I'm going to place it so that it takes up half of the ribbon. Okay, so this is half. I'm going to place it in the center, and now I will put some glue behind the ribbon in this area. Now I'm going to take my card. I am going to cut it, so this can be the focal point, and I'm going to cut it at 3.5 by 5. So this is how much I cut from each side. Okay, so I just cut 5 this way, and then I cut this part and I measure it so it could be 3.5. I'm going to glue it over a gold foil, and this gold foil measures 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. So this piece will go here. So I need to glue it to this area. And then when it's open this way, I'm also going to need to cover this side here. So I'm going to try to be in the center, top and bottom, and side to side. And then just check the back to see it's still covered. Just put a sentiment here. I'm going to take this piece from the paper collection and I matted it on gold foil. It's going to be in the center. Let me just double check that I don't see it when I close it. So let's take a look at the card. So we have turned this card into this card. And now you can place it in your envelope. This card is a friendship card, and it has a sentiment here at the front and also on the inside. So first cut a piece of cardstock. This measures 8 by 5, and then score it at 2 inches and then 4 inches. You will also need another sheet of cardstock, and this measures 5 inches by 4.5, and then on the 4.5 inch side, score it at 1/2 inch. And I have my score tape there. I'm going to glue it at the bottom of this section, the one that measures 4 by 5. Put it against your score line without passing it. This is going to be an easel card, so it's going to stay like this. So now we're going to match the front and the back. Okay, so I'll be matting with these here and this one here. This is also paper from the paper collection, and I placed it on some silver foil. Okay, so I've matted these two parts, and then here at the bottom and in the back I just matted this one and this back. Okay, now we're going to take the card. I'm going to cut it through the center, and then I'm going to cut this sentiment, and then I will also cut this, and that will go right here. This sentiment at the bottom, I will put it here. Okay, so I cut the card in half, and then this is the top portion, and then this at the bottom, that will be placed here. In the middle is where I'm going to put this sentiment, and I'm trying to center it, and then from where it folds, I'm going to cut from here to here. So it's about 1/8 inch on all the 4 sides. Okay, so this is how much I cut. So now it is centered. I'm going to use silver foil to back this up here as well. I'm going to fold this up, and I'm going to mat that with some silver foil cardstock, and I'm going to be gluing this piece here, and I'm just going to cut a little bit more at the bottom, so probably about 1/4 of an inch, and then I'll be gluing that right here. I have glued my silver foil cardstock mat that measures 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. On this sentiment piece, I also trimmed a little bit on each side, so now I have 1/8 of an inch border. So now let's work on the top piece. This silver foil measures 4 3/4 by 5. This mat ended up being 4 1/2 by 4 3/4. So when I glue this together, I will also have 1/8 of an inch border around. And now I'm going to take some silver bling and I'm just going to put it all around the edge. Okay, so there we have it with the bling all around it. Now I'm going to take some of this ruffled pink trim. This is Michael's trim. So I'm going to make a border around it like this. So I need enough to cover this border. So maybe about that much. And I'll cut a little bit extra. I'm going to cut it in half. So on this edge, I'm going to put some square tape so I can fold it over this way. That way it won't fray. And I'm going to start to glue it here. So here at the corner, I will need to fold it at an angle so that it goes like this. Folding it there so that I know I'm going to glue it at this point. I'm going to put tape here just so it could be folded back like this one. Now I want to take this other trim that I have and I want to put it on the edge this way so that I can see these scallops. I'm going to use some tape to help it fold in place. So I'll be covering this with cardstock. Okay, so I have the mat I'm going to use to cover this. So you're just going to put it directly on the back and then everything will be covered. Cut it according to what you have, and you just need a big enough piece to cover everything and for it not to be seen through the front. This one for me was 5 1/2 by 5 for the silver foil, and I just covered it with some pattern paper. And so I'm going to just put more glue over it and then this will go there. So this will go like this. And so I will be gluing it at this point, like this, and I just need to make sure I'm in the center. Try to be at the center of both sides. So this is what our card will look like. We just need to put a stopper here so that it can stay standing. I'm going to put some bling here. Okay, let's use some of these gems. Okay, so this is our easel card. So we went from this card to this card. And this card will not fit in our regular size envelope. I'll get a bigger size envelope for this one. So here we have the 5 cards. It was a lot of fun creating these cards. I love how each card turned out. So I hope you give these cards a try. You can use the same card that I used or a different card with one of these designs. So thank you everyone for watching this video. See you next time. Goodbye.